Greetings all! I'm coming to you with a hopefully recorded and not streamed, that would be horrible, video. Instead of the promised game, however, it's going to be this one. I was going to do this one for next week's video. The thing is, BJ and I turned on my PS4 and both of our controllers were almost dead. His name's not on my system. It was just kind of a comedy of errors. So I was like, okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna set up for Puzzle Fighter, and we're going to do that today, and then next week we will do what I promised and finish off the Streets of Rage 4 with showing off some of the DLC. Now this is Puzzle Fighter, which is not a fighter, it's a puzzle game. Street Fighter, the new collection, has a game called Gem Fighter on it. And I think Gem Fighter is kind of how this came about. Because there are the cute little art style and everything like that. And I didn't really know there was a Gem Fighter, but I love this game. I think I had it on my PS3 back in the day. And this version is the one that was on the 360, so that should tell you kind of how old this game is, but I love puzzle games, and I really like this one. It reminds me of the puzzle combat from Mortal Kombat Deception. That's one of the games I really wish would get remade, is Mortal Kombat Deception. It had some of everything in it. It had the puzzle fighter and the fighter chess and all of that stuff. So yeah, this weekend is looking to shape up okay. I'm finally starting to craft again. And when I say finally, I'll put that there for later. Starting to craft again, what I mean is I've been wanting to do different projects, but I haven't started. And now I'm actually finally getting to start. But I'm not sure if I want to start after starting. Oh, that was okay. It isn't like doing, like making bracelets and stuff. Oh, that was nice. I'm actually doing diamond painting. I don't know if anybody knows what that is, but it's just like paint by numbers, except here it comes. Oh, cool. I can take this away now. It isn't like paint by numbers, or it is like, sorry, it is like paint by numbers, except you put like little gems in the different spaces instead. It's actually pretty popular. My sister does it a lot, and she really wants me to like it. And she bought me a couple of huge kits, but I'm always so overwhelmed when I see like the 50, 60 million beads that go in the little sticky paper. I'm exaggerating, but not by much. Yeah, I'm in the middle of the screen today, by the way, because otherwise I would have cut off stuff, so you're not going to see their win or lose messages, but it's the best I can do unless you didn't want me on screen at all. And who doesn't want to see this face? So, I am doing diamond dots, but I'm not doing one of the big projects my sister gave me. Instead, I'm doing, I bought these keychains of nesting dolls, and I absolutely adore nesting dolls. I have a couple different sets. One my mom got me a couple Christmases ago, and then when my brother went to Odessa one year, as he was coming back, he bought me one from the airport, I think. So the one I had from my mom is just like all one design of doll, and the other one from my brother was a family, which is really cool. Like, it's the father and then the mother and then the kids as they get smaller, and I really enjoyed that a lot. Oh man, I didn't chain that like an idiot. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't call myself that. I'm working on it. But yeah, so I like Russian nesting dolls and their keychains. So they're these thick plastic, flat things with the numbers on them, and then you gotta fill them out. So that's what I started today. I got all of my equipment out, and I labeled some things. That was pretty good. I didn't get much done because I can only sit up for so long before there are consequences. But yeah, it went pretty well. I'm hoping to work my way up to actually getting the courage to do the big things my sister bought, but legitimately I don't think that's ever going to be a thing. I think it's just my brain will say no. Oh, that was a good chain. I know it wasn't a huge one, but since there was a lot of different gems with it, nice. So yeah, I think I have 5 nesting doll keychains. They're all the same size, it's just, you know, the look of them. I might post them on Twitter someday, or I will start my Discord and post them on there. I'm not sure yet. I'm still struggling with the idea of a Discord because I don't have a big audience yet, and I don't know why anybody would hang out anywhere with me. No, I mean, that's not quite what I meant, but similar. And but part of it is the audience, but part of it is just like, can I maintain any semblance of order? Can I bring anything interesting? There are so many Discords out there. I don't know what would make mine unique, and after a while, you should bring something to the table. And since I don't have a lot of people, it isn't just people in my community getting to know each other more because, well, there's relatively few people, so I'm not sure. I thought maybe when I got like 20 regulars, but at the same time, I do want to leave it open because I'm starting to talk about art more and writing more, and I just want to have that opportunity. I'm always looking for community, and I'm always looking for, and I'm not saying that I'm gonna be like this with my audience, so don't think that, but I've always been looking for family in a way. And that's not necessarily what I'm looking for here at all. I'm just looking for people to hang out with and have fun. I'm not a parasocial type of person. I really just want to get to know people, and oh my good golly fuck. Okay, we're gonna die. And yeah, we're gonna die. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. They fucked themselves, I think, doing what they did to me just now. They did. They fucked themselves. I thought I was screwed, yo. Oh my god. That was almost sex in a can. Oh, it's a mirror match. These are always weird. No, I'm kidding. I think I have powers, but I don't remember how to use them. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if this is the game that has that. I should look instead of talk, but, you know, it is what it is. So outside of starting the keychains for diamond painting, I am going to submit tomorrow more poetry, not sexually. And I have, I think, one more press I want to do before the end of the month, too, technically. But one has a deadline. Ooh, that was nice. I love making the gems out of these, by the way. I love how fake they look, and you just keep piling them on, and yeah. I don't know why I'm stacking these this way. This makes no fucking sense. Yep, couldn't even connect to anything, so I don't know. Me and BJ are also thinking about having, with each other, not other people, don't worry, movie night once a week again. We used to do Thursday matinees where we watched a movie Thursday afternoon, but we haven't been watching as many movies lately. Well, they surrounded my blue, so I can just try to hold on and see if that works. That my green is somewhere. Okay, that'll be nice. I just gotta hold on for a few more seconds. Yep. It's not as nice as I thought it was gonna be, but it's still nice. Oh god, it wasn't nice enough. Oh no. Oh no. I'm going to get fucked. Yep. Fuck. Oh wow. This is painful. And this is only on normal, but it's been a very long time since I did this. Oh my Christ. Okay. Wait, we only have it on one round? I did not realize that. We'll get it. But yeah, one of the things about the characters is how their gems fall. I think that might be the biggest thing in this one. They have gem patterns. I'll show you next time we get on the select screen or whatever. It'll make sense. Alrighty. So we might be looking through like Paramount Plus, which is the only streaming service we have right now. For any good movies on there we haven't seen. We could go back and visit some of our favorite movies too. I have like 7 or 8 movies I want on DVD, but we have a bunch on DVD too. We could also start watching like Garfield and Friends again, because we love that show. It's an oldie but a goodie from childhood. You know, certain things just make you nostalgic. That's one of those. So every once in a while we watch it. And it still holds up. Garfield's really funny. People really complain about like some of the humor in that show, like when Garfield says they should be drug out into the street and shot, like on the Christmas one. People get really upset by that. But it's like, one, it was a different time. 2, it's a joke. Like, the kids aren't really gonna be hurting people around the world just because Garfield said to. Oh yeah, that was the intermission. You get little cutscenes when you're halfway through. And I selected too fast, so you didn't see the pattern thing I was talking about. I'll get there, I promise. Fuck. But yeah, sometimes I do think this world is a little bit too weird about some things, but not others. You know, I would be more worried about my kids being exposed to different things in school. Like, I don't want to bring this up, so I'm just gonna say, I think there are worse things for your kid to be exposed to and have to worry about as a child than, let's say, just a cat talking about, you know, somebody being drugged out into the street because it's a joke. It's like when there was Winnie the Pooh, the New Adventures of Winnie the Pooh on Disney Plus. I loved that as a kid, but like there was an episode where they were doing a Wild West theme, and they'd be like, you'll swing for this, and they have a tire swing out there instead of a gallows. It was funny as fuck, but some people would be like, oh my god, what are they teaching the children? And it's like, calm down. It's, you know, it's a joke. And not only is it something that was made into something more child-friendly and still funny as hell, but, you know, there's a lot worse. Just, I appreciated it as an adult way more than I did as a kid even. Or I should say I appreciated it on a different level. If that makes sense. Like, you can go back. So, okay, see the gem counter? It tells you how their stuff stacks up underneath their character. And that's important. Or I think it's how, what they give you. so you can kind of try to plan it out. But anyway, yeah, that's the big thing. There are no like ultimates like in Puzzle Combat. But yeah, it's like being introduced to Mr. Rogers as an adult. I appreciate Mr. Rogers more as an adult because when I was a kid, I found him kind of boring in a way. We didn't really watch him all that much around my house, but it was kind of boring. It was simple. It was, you know, him kind of teaching us stuff and the simple songs, and that was okay, but it just didn't really resonate with me much as a child. And I know that kind of sounds weird. Maybe I was the kind of kid he was always trying to get through to, the ones that needed like more action in their cartoons and shit, because he would talk about that being a way to like slow the kids down and, you know, give them like stuff to learn about and all that. But I'm looking at him as an adult and I see so much of not just what he tried to do, but how much he succeeded. And honestly, when you are going through a depression, sometimes Mr. Rogers is an amazing thing to watch because he tells you that you are a good person and that he believes in you and likes you the way you are. And he always talked about like the real shit that was going on in kids' lives. Like he would do when the Vietnam War was happening, he talked about it. He didn't like shy away from it. You know, kids were like, it's, you know, and he's like, it's scary. And he talks about everything and then puts out a segment in the Land of Make-Believe that talks about war. And he was really cool in so many ways. And I don't think a lot of people like really knew how much, except now like more and more adults are coming out saying how much he had an effect on them as children and how it actually stuck with them as adults. But I'm actually an adult who didn't have that experience, and it was almost like getting to know him as an adult, which was a bit like I said, it was just very different. And I think he's very soothing for people when they are going through a lot of different shit. And kids. But yeah, I gotta tell you, I didn't appreciate him as much. But I like going back to some things as an adult that I did or maybe even didn't care for as a kid and seeing how it stacks up. Like I would like to go back and look at Goosebumps and stuff. When BJ and I moved in together, he hadn't seen The Golden Girls, for instance. And I think The Golden Girls is a classic. It has a few episodes that kind of missed the mark for me. And I could go through and explain all of that at some point, but for the most part, it's a very solid, very funny show. But you know, when I saw it as a kid, there was only so much I could gather from it because even though my mom always talked pretty rough, you know, some of it I just didn't understand. Like when they have a dog for a little bit in an episode, how Rose tries to have everybody keep the dog and says, oh, don't worry, I'll get him to stop chewing on stuff, I'll get him rubber toys. And then Blanche is like, he does seem to prefer those. And I would not have gotten that as a kid, what they were really getting at. And then as an adult, you know, you come back to it and you're like, holy fuck, some of this was raunchy as hell. And then you appreciate it in a different way. So that's just my thinking on the matter. I don't know. I don't think you should see everything from when you were a kid, though, because sometimes it doesn't hold up in your memory as it does, you know, it's different and it's lesser. And sometimes that can haunt you in a weird way to know that this thing you really liked as a kid is kind of shitty. Like, you were looking at it with the child's eyes and with the child's memory, and then you're like, God, this is corny, or God, this is horrible. So, sometimes it's kind of, I don't want to say sad, but sad, when you find out what you missed as a kid from childhood, and then you realize that you shouldn't have missed it, or It's only something a child could love. I don't know. What would be an example of that for me? I'd have a hard time thinking of one, I think. Maybe, well, what the hell was it? There was a show on Disney, and I'm gonna remember the name later, and not now, and that's gonna suck, so bear with me, where this girl was traveling with her mom, and her mom was in a band, and she would come across all this paranormal shit, and she had like this animal, like a panther or something that would follow her, and was kind of like attached to her. I think they would use the term spirit animal, even though if she's not indigenous, that's not a term you use anymore. But yeah, I don't remember what it was called, and I know I'm going to the second I get off of here. I think I tried watching an episode of that a few years ago, and I think that was actually quite disappointing for me. So make of that what you will. And I really like paranormal shows in general, so I was kind of like, oh man, this sucks now. You know, because it's too corny or whatever, but still, you never know till you try. But if there's something really good in your head, you also run the risk of losing that simple memory, because it does affect how you feel about the show after you rewatch it if it doesn't hold up. So, at least in my opinion, your mileage may vary, but that's kind of what I think. Okay, there we go. Okay. Oh, they tower build. Oh shit, I might be screwed. If they tower build, that's a whole different offense. Because that means what I send them will go between their towers, and they can work around it easier. It's a very good strat, and I am not doing that myself, so, whoa, okay, hold on, please. Oh shit, I'm gonna die. This is not good. Oh boy. Okay, it'll be okay, it'll be okay. I kind of want to rewatch Goosebumps also. I do know that I kind of miss Tales from the Crypt. Fuck. I got decimated. Decimated. Oof, yep, we're gonna go again. Let's try. I'll keep her for now. After we go again, we can try on a harder difficulty. We'll try someone else. I wish there were more characters in this. This is another one they could redo, but I don't think most people like stuff like this. There is a newish game called Crystal Crisis or something that is similar to this that I have on the Switch. So maybe someday I'll play that too. I have a lot of like indie games or games that were on sale I bought, so I should probably go through some of them for at least YouTube videos. But, you know, some of them will get too boring if I play like this one. You think this is gonna last a whole 2 hours on a stream? I don't think so. I think people would be like, my god, this is boring. Even though you're constantly talking like you have a fucking non-functional off button and you're losing your ass off, it's still not fun to watch. So I try to figure out what people might like to see, and then if I want to play it still, but I don't think it would make a good full stream, I just try to do little things like this. That way, if you don't like it, you never have to see it again. Woohoo! That was pretty damn good. Gotta admit. I'm a little chuffed. Of course, it didn't kill her. But we'll just keep at it. Oh, please kill her. Please, thank you. Thank you, thank you. I got the Neko gone. Okay. Oh, Dan's here, crying like a bitch. I getcha. I appreciate it. I enjoy when a man has feelings. Oh, it's Akuma. Is Akuma somebody who possessed Dan? Like, what the fuck? Like, get inside me, big boy. That is so strange. I never thought about it. Like, did he, like, dress up as Dan? Or, like, is... Yeah, I don't know. I'm not really up on all the Street Fighter lore. I used to play Street Fighter 2 when I was a kid. One of my actual, like, fighting game favorites, Mortal Kombat used to be, and then they fucked up their own story. So I'm not high on it anymore. I used to love DOA when it was Tag. I like Tag because I like playing with BJ. But no Tag for you. You don't get Tag. The last one they put out had no Tag on it. Oh, that's gonna hurt. And so is that. And I might be screwed. I'm gonna have to start piling up a little faster. Yep. You know, just to try to get everything going. Oh boy. Okay, did that give me any breathing room at all? Yeah, I guess so. But not enough. Oh, not too bad. Okay. Sometimes what they give me ends up fucking them. Yep, that's actually the credits. We'll go for a harder one and play a few rounds of that, but this isn't gonna be an incredibly long video today. I think it'll just be really fucking boring for people. Yeah, she's putting on all the different outfits. But yeah, I think it'll be too boring if I just like yak at the microphone while I play the same game over and over. But I will try a different character. But yeah, I love this. I think there might have been more characters in Combat Fighter, or Puzzle Combat as they call it. But I don't know, I don't remember. And even still, it wasn't its own package, it was just part of Deception. Deception even had a fucking story mode. You know what, I really liked it. I'm still sad it doesn't exist anymore. I wish I could stream it, but I can't because it's on the GameCube and I can't stream GameCube, so... And I'm not huge on emulating, and I don't even know if there would be a good emulator, so I wouldn't do that either. I would just kind of wait. But of course, they're not going to go backwards. They only want to go forwards with whatever the hell they're doing this time. So... Yep. I love how it's like game over and not won. Makes it seem like you fucking lost. Okay, let's do this, and then let's do... What? I don't know the difference between these, but... Play Y with certain rules. I don't know what the different rules would be. If you want me to do another one at some point, you know what? Let's get my ass handed to me on hard. And let's be Chun-Li. My mother-in-law. Wait. No, her arm is behind her hand. It looked like she had monkey feet for a second. I was like, wait, what? Okay, but yeah, my mother-in-law, she plays the old Street Fighter once in a while, and she is very good at Chun-Li. Like, very good. She, like, beats, like, everybody pretty much. And BJ is like, you know, you want to go to Evo Mom, but, you know, my mother-in-law doesn't want anything to do with that. But she likes video games once in a while. I think my father-in-law plays them too. My mom did, but my mom was really old school. We're talking like old Mario, like Zelda 1. Like, she was into them in like her 30s. Shit. Oh yeah, that works. Okay. She was into them in her 30s, but she didn't really want to play much modern stuff. Like, I think the most modern game she wanted to play was Kid Chameleon for the Genesis, I think it was on. And it was about this kid who was in the arcade or whatever, and he could like change into all these different things by having different masks. I think that's what she ended up doing. But yeah, she loved that game. She loved Fact Xanadu. Most people don't remember it. On our old Wii, I had Fact Xanadu and I would let her play it, you know, for nostalgia's sake. But then our Wii actually kind of died, and you can't transfer your games. So we have so many games on that other one, so much money into all these games, that we can't actually get anymore because they never put them out on any other eShop, and they don't fix the systems anymore. So we're kind of screwed, but that is what it is. Okay, so I got past the first person. I don't think I'll do better than that, though. I think I'm gonna get my ass handed to me for the last little while. Maybe I'll get through the first 4, maybe. It seems like I am playing more Little Noah next week. Only one person voted for no Noah, and the rest of them voted for yes. So, if you didn't like Little Noah, I'm sorry, I'm playing it at least one more time. But if you did, I'm glad, because you'll get to see it again. I actually liked it, but it is really slow-paced compared to a lot of other roguelikes I usually play. Not that that's a bad thing. BJ is like, well, everything has its own pace, and how true, how true. So... I just want to share stuff with everyone and have fun doing it, if possible. You know, that's basically why I started this, is I just wanted people to, oh, I fucked that up, hang out with, and just, you know, share my love of gaming or, you know, paranormal or whatever it is, you know? Maybe talk about writing and crafting and all the stuff I'm interested in. I don't want to be uber famous. I don't want to make a living off of this. That's not why I'm here. I just wanted to meet people. Oh, I'm dead. I am so dead. Yep, that's not gonna save me. I could try to go faster and have them... Oh no, doesn't matter. Whoa. Whoa, Ryu. Someone had their fucking Wheaties. Holy shit. I'm okay. We're gonna keep going. Just... But yeah. I always am scared I'm gonna repeat myself on here because I don't really do much with my days. I'm home a lot because of being disabled and chronic pain, with the pandemic still going that people say isn't, and, you know, I just spend most of my time at home, so there's not really that much for me to share. Like, I'm scared I'm gonna run out of things to talk about, like in pretty quick order. So I'm always like, okay, did I tell them that before? Did I want to tell them this? It's always like this balancing act of a negotiation between me thinking I have nothing else to say, which could be true. I mean, I know everybody only has a finite pool of experiences and everything to pull from. I'm not saying that I'm any different in that regard, but, you know, most people can tell you about the crazy day at work they had, or all the different stuff they've gone through, and I'm just like, not really. You know, there's only so much I'm able to experience, and I'm not going to tell you, like, what happened on my commute because I don't have one, and I was kind of worried about that, like, how boring am I going to get, how quickly, we will see. But I have a lot of opinions on stuff, even though I don't always talk about it. So that could be something to talk about and probably get me in trouble someday. Oh boy. I am getting my ass handed. Oh god. Okay. Yep, I'm gonna lose again. Bring on the pain. Oh fuck. I told you I don't think I'm even getting past maybe 4. But we're just gonna keep doing it for a bit yet. But yeah. You ever wonder if you're gonna get boring? Like, okay, I always picture me going to my, like, 20th high school reunion, which is legit a lot closer than I would like it to be. And, don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna go. I hated school. That's a whole different discussion, but, I always picture myself going to a high school reunion. Let's say if I hadn't absolutely hated, like, most of everything that happened eventually. And I'd go there, and everybody else has their jobs and their children and their pets and all the stuff they've done, like, oh, I moved to this state, I did this, I did that. And they're like, what about you? And I'm like, well, I still live in the same town, and I still, you know, I'm here, and I got married, and I've been married a while. That's new for most people to know, but for the most part, I'm just here doing the same thing every day. You know? It's not very exciting, and I realize that most people's lives aren't like a thrill a minute. I get it, but by the same token, it's like I'm not gonna have anything to talk about. And it's something to think about when I'm old too, like, when I'm old and I'm, you know, in a nursing home or whatever, if I get that far, I hope so. But my brain is like, you're not gonna have any, like, stories to tell anybody because you're gonna be old, but you're not gonna have, you know, done anything. Oh my god, Ryu. Stop hurting me, Ryu. Stop it. But you know, all the stuff that people did when they were younger, like, if you were in your 20s and you did the partying, I never did that. And if you were in high school and you played sports or were a cheerleader or like the captain of the debate team, I never did any of that. You know. I mean, granted, I didn't want to do what they call peak in high school. I want to just keep, you know, getting better and better, but I feel like there's just nothing to my life, really. So it would be really complicated for me to be like, oh yeah, I've done this and that, because I haven't. I figure when I'm old, if I get that far, I'm entitled to lie. So when I'm like 85, 90 years old and they're like, what did you do? And I'm like, well, the time I jumped off a motorcycle. And they're like, wait, haven't you always been in a wheelchair? And I'm like, are you sure? And like, just mess with people so that they have to think twice about what they know about me. When I'm old, I think that's allowed, but right now, it's not allowed for me. Oh god. You cock-blocked me. Oh, wait. Okay, I think I beat your ass. Okay. That was luck. Nice amount of seconds, though, that 69. But that was luck. I did not set it up that way. You know, that's what I say about perseverance in video games. If you keep on keeping on, it's fine. You'll get it eventually. Usually I play with 2-round matches on. I did not know it was 1 match by default, but seems to be working out alright. Gives me different opponents and such faster. I'm also thinking about doing a music stream sometime. I'm hoping that Twitch wouldn't bot me for it unless I had it archived. And I wouldn't do that, so I'm hoping I could possibly get away with it. It would just be like my favorite songs or the songs I'm listening to currently, or maybe even my favorite songs of a decade. Like my favorite songs of the 60s and stuff like that. But it would be really short for streams, probably. I'm not sure. I'd have to think about it. You know, that's one of the reasons, holy god, I would want to do a Discord, because when I want to talk about music and shit and share, I can put the videos in the Discord and not have to do them, you know, with an audience on Twitch. But I love music. I fucking adore it. So, oh my god, that was a lot easier than Ryu. What the hell? Was it because of how her stuff falls, I wonder? Interesting. And horrifying. Alright, here we go. Next up. But yeah, I love music and I'd like to share it without having to sing. Everyone will thank me for the not singing part, I think. My mom was a really, really good singer, but I did not get the pleasure of having that be my voice. Even though she and my husband both had told me at different points I sound like her, I don't think I sound like her enough. She could have been a pro back in the day. She was semi-pro, but she could have been a full-on, like a recording artist. And my grandfather-in-law actually had a couple songs out on a record. BJ's grandpa. And at least one of his songs is still really popular in a few countries. I think one of them is Finland or Iceland, something like that, I don't know. But that's really amazing. So we both come from musical families, more or less. Even though BJ's people, his parents are educators. Now, we both come from really musical families somewhere in our background. But BJ doesn't have much interest in like regular music, and I don't sing well enough to have the ability. We're gonna just, I think we're only gonna go a couple more matches. But yeah, her foot looks weird, and I think it's because her hand is by it. Yeah, it is. Her hand is by her foot, so my brain sees it as having a thumb on it. And it's really creepy to me, even though she has shoes on. My brain sees that bare hand and thinks that that's her fucking foot. I am not drinking, I swear. I have never met an alcohol I've ever liked. Maybe someday, but I doubt it. I don't get enough money to just be able to go, oh, I'm gonna buy some really expensive drinks. Like, that's not a thing. But that's okay. I bought makeup recently, though. I have a makeup hound, and I like purses and all sorts of like girly shit. And that's cool too. I never saw myself as particularly girly. You know, that I'm not like other girls meme. Well, I never really saw myself as like other women that way. Like, oh, they like pink and I don't, blah blah blah. Which, it's a stereotype. Some men like pink, some non-binary people like pink, some women hate it. It's just preferences. But when I was young, I was like, oh, I don't like pink and whatnot. But here I am with like glitter all over my fucking nails. And it's like, fam, you are pretty feminine. Like, this whole not like other girls, but yeah, I am like other girls, basically. And it's just weird to be like, oh no, I'm not like them. And then it's like, but you are, Blanche. And like, there's nothing wrong with that, but, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, I'm different. It's like, okay, in some ways you are, and in some ways you're the same, and what's wrong with that? Like, you can like what you like. I used to be very hipster counterculture as a high schooler. Like, I used to, for one thing, okay, like Harry Potter. In high school, everybody loved Harry Potter. It was the craze. My sister would talk to teachers about Harry Potter and everything like that. And I refused to read the books because I was like, no, I don't want to read the books. That's not for me. And I ended up getting a book for Christmas one year from my older brother, and it was a Harry Potter book. So I read it, and I actually liked it. I like the Harry Potter books. I don't touch Harry Potter now, but that's because of Joke Rowling and her fucking exclusionary views on what femininity and womanhood is. She doesn't understand the basic concept between sex and gender, and I'm just like, how can you not know by now? But anyway, we stand trans people, by the way, in my group and in my life. So if you are against trans people, non-binary people, whatever, I don't have a place for you. I just don't. Because humans are humans, and how somebody else lives their life, if it's not hurting anyone else, you don't have a say. And they are who they say they are, and you're really shitty for trying to tell people that they aren't what they believe they are. And if it hurts nobody, why are you doing it? Like, are you scared that they're gonna try to, like, fuck you, fam? Because I almost guarantee you they're not. You're not that special. You're not that interesting. You're not God's gift to every person on the planet. Ugh. As long as somebody is nice, they are welcome in my group. They are welcome in my life. But if they're not, they're not. No bigotry. You don't base your like or dislike of someone on, you know, whether they are male or female, what kind of body they're in. You don't base your like or dislike on their religion. It's who they are and what they do with their life and what they believe. And yeah, if they're an asshole, if they're a bigot, if they are, get the fuck out. Because I honestly cannot imagine being born into a body I wasn't happy with. As a matter of fact, I think most people don't like something about their body. So even though it's not dysphoria, because you don't need to be or have dysphoria to be trans, you can just experience euphoria when you are participating in different gender roles. Like, there could be somebody born, you know, assigned male at birth who isn't exactly terribly unhappy, but when they put on a dress and are called a different name that more aligns with them, they feel happy. So you don't need to experience dysphoria. At least I don't believe so. I'm not an expert, and I am not trans. So if somebody who is trans wants to come into my, you know, comments and be like, no, it's really like this, I will definitely listen. But from the research I have done, and from the actual trans people I have gotten the privilege to know in my life, you don't have to have dysphoria. But the thing is, why shouldn't people be happy? You know, it's not criminal to express your gender in a certain way. I'm never gonna beat this thing. I know, I'm like, it's only a couple and I'm doing more. That's how I am. Maybe two with her, one with her, I don't know. I don't even know if that's a her. It could be a him. I have no idea. Like I said, I don't keep up on the lore very well. But yeah, I don't like people who base, if they like someone else, on something that it makes no one ever mind. But yes, if you're a bigot, yes, it makes a big deal. What is going on with this? Are you seeing this? Like, okay, I should have stacked that differently, because I think that would have been a much better idea, but here we are. Oh my god. What in the hell is this one? Okay, is it me, or is like this being very strange? Oh my gosh. Please. Please. Okay. Okay, there we go. That was bizarre. And I don't know if it's because I chose this person instead or what, but yeah. So, that being said, I think I am going to wrap it up here. I have no idea how long I yacked for. But this is Puzzle Fighter. And like I said, I didn't think I could make it a full stream of this, so it is what it is. Next week, I promise my YouTube video will be Streets of Rage 4 with BJ, and we're going to try to finish it out and do some of the DLC. I hope it's not a lie. I didn't intend to lie. But thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you. Please take care. Bye.